market. Today we're going to be doing something really delicious, something really fast, and something that you can just throw in a pan and just have as a side dish or as a main dish. So what we're going to be doing, you may ask, we're doing cauliflower rice. So cauliflower rice is actually something super delicious. This is my take on one type of rice that I make with the cauliflower. I make multiple each time. I think I do it different every single time because you can have fun with a cauliflower rice. It doesn't have to be just plain white cauliflower with just a little bit of seasoning for it. It doesn't have to be like that. You can put anything. You can add greens, you can add carrots, you can add not green beans, but peas. You can add anything to cauliflower rice or regular rice in general, actually. So today we're going to be doing cauliflower rice. Let's get started. We're going to start firstly by adding a little bit of olive oil. You can add about a tablespoon or so to your pan that you're going to be making your rice in. Everything that you're going to be cooking is just in one pan. So make sure that whatever cookware you're using is big enough for whatever quantity you're going to be making, because you're going to be putting everything in just one place. So we're gonna start here by adding, so we have our oil, now we're gonna add some of our garlic. I'm just adding one clove of garlic, one large clove of garlic. You can add more if you like, but for the amount that I'm gonna be making, it's enough. So we're gonna start here by making sure that our garlic's a little bit toasted. I always toast my garlic and my onions. So I'm gonna add a little bit of onion. Onion also, it's optional how much you're gonna be adding. I'm gonna be putting the quantities that I'm using right now for the amount of cauliflower that I'm gonna be using. So make sure you're adding garlic or onion. I usually use both because for flavor it tastes a lot more delicious than just adding onion to it or not adding onion. Onion is really delicious to cook with, especially. So here we're just gonna make sure that our garlic and our onion are very nice and browned. So we just make sure they get toasted a little bit. So once our garlic has gotten a little bit toasted, we're going to be adding a little bit of tomato. This is going to start by creating that little bit of sauce and build on that flavor that we want for our rice. So we're going to go ahead and cut half a tomato and put it into our pan to continue cooking with the garlic and onion. Make sure your garlic and onion don't get burned, because then your cauliflower might taste a little bitter. Just make sure that you constantly stir it a little bit and make sure it doesn't burn. You just don't want for it to get burned. So I have here and I think it's about ready. Yep, I think that's good enough. You can really toast it, or you can, just toast it lightly. Yep. For me, it's good. So we're gonna put a tomato now. I really do recommend you to put the tomato in, because the tomato is really going to help build that flavor that you want for the cauliflower. Okay, we're going to lower down this heat. It's really hot. We're going to make sure we're stirring it. Okay. Just press a little bit on that tomato, because we don't really want those big chunks of tomato. I was lazy today and I cut them in big chunks. So usually what you want to do is cut it really small, so like that it cooks a lot easier and it incorporates with everything else that you're adding to in here nicer. Okay. So here we have already our tomato, garlic, and onion. Just this, it smells really good already. So what we're going to do next is we're going to start by adding ingredients that might take a little bit longer to cook. Rice, the cauliflower, as it is, it cooks really fast, so you want to add that towards the middle of how, when you think, you know, it's your other hardier vegetables are almost going to be cooked. So we're going to go ahead, and here I have 3 different types of cauliflower. I have my purple, my yellow, and my orange. So it's going to be a rainbow color cauliflower rice. So let's go ahead and put this in here so it starts cooking. Okay, just make sure you add all of these nice looking carrots. So what I did is I just cut them in little squares. As you can see here, it looks like confetti. So you just want to make sure that you're stirring and not dropping all your carrot everywhere. And what you want to do here, you make sure that you have enough oil in your pan. So now that I had my other ingredients cooked, it seems that my oil has absorbed a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more, so I make sure that nothing is being, nothing gets burned. You're going to go ahead and cook the carrot lightly. You just want to make sure that it gets seared a little bit, the carrot gets seared, so that's why you constantly want to move it around, so like that the carrot has, you know, it cooks lightly all around. So we're gonna, as you can see here, the carrots are little squared. So these you can cut it however you like, but I like it when they're little nice squares or cubes. Cubes would be the right word. You make sure you have your cubes here, all cooking your cube carrots. You make sure you have all here going. So what the purple carrot is going to do is going to try to stain all your other stuff, all your other carrot, especially your lighter carrot, which is your yellow. That is completely fine. I absolutely don't mind that. But if you do, make sure that you substitute it for another different type of carrot, or you just, you know, stick with one color. But I like the rainbow of colors that we have here, so yeah, I recommend you to do that. As you can see, I still haven't added any really big seasonings. I've just added tomato, garlic, and onion. Those are already starting to build in those nice, what's it called, flavors into the carrot. And now it's starting to cook more. So what we're gonna do next, now that we have our carrot here, we're gonna go ahead and add our rice. So here I have about 2.5 cups of rice. I might not be using all of it, but we'll see and just eyeball it and see how much I want to cook. Cauliflower rice, you can store it up for about 3 to 4 days. If you have it for 4 days, you're a bit pushing it. Cauliflower rice, once you grate it like this, it's very fragile and it absorbs you know, everything around it very easily, so make sure you're covering it if you're storing it in the refrigerator or anything like that. But you can also freeze it, so make sure you're stocking up for summer, and just put it in the processor and you know, blend it a little bit and freeze it. that's the way it was lasting a long time. So let's go ahead here and put our rice into our carrots. So we're just gonna add a bit first and see if we need more rice, if I want more rice, or if that's enough rice. I think I can add more. And let me tell you guys, the carrot just with the tomato and the onion and garlic, it smells really good, like really good. I haven't, as I mentioned earlier, I have not added any other seasonings to it, but just that. But you know, those three things are very flavorful, very flavorful. We're gonna add all of it. I don't like leaving just a little bit of food uncooked, so we're just gonna add all of it. So we're gonna go ahead here, move it lightly. Make sure that your pan is a lot bigger than mine. I thought I was not gonna make the whole rice, I was just gonna make like a cup or two, you know, but I got excited with the carrot and I needed more rice. We're gonna go ahead here and at this point, a lot of your carrot probably has absorbed some of the oil that it has. This is optional. You can add more oil or you can add a little bit of water to just create steam so it can just finish cooking the cauliflower, but don't overcook it. Don't overcook your rice here when you're making it this way because it's not going to taste really good. It's not going to taste really good if you overcook your cauliflower. Okay, so let's go ahead here and add some seasonings more for flavor. We're gonna go ahead first and add a little bit of salt. And you don't want to add a lot of salt. Definitely don't add a lot of salt to this dish because for this we want more of a sweeter flavor to go with it because of the carrot. There's a lot of carrot on this, and a carrot, if you haven't tried it, or if you have tried it, you know that it's very sweet. So we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt to bring out and enhance those flavors that we have already here marinating together. You see, we have a lot of cauliflower. It might seem like a lot of salt, but it's about maybe a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons that I just added here. Okay. Mix it a little bit around to make sure, you know, all that salt gets evenly distributed around here. We're gonna go next and we're gonna add a little bit of paprika. I love this stuff. I cook with it a lot. We're just gonna add a little bit because I'm also just gonna add a little bit of chili powder. And the chili powder is not gonna make it spicy, it's not gonna make it anything like that. It's just gonna add and enhance that flavor. So we're gonna go out here and also I'm gonna add a little bit of ground cumin. Just a little bit. A sprinkle, you could say, and we're gonna add a bit of black pepper. There we go, just a tad there. And we're gonna go ahead and mix our rice. Make sure that you're mixing it around so like that your cauliflower cooks evenly here. And all your seasonings get distributed all around. So what you're gonna do now, we're almost done. So what you're gonna do here, we're gonna add a little bit of water. Just a little bit, and you can hear that sound. We want to create a little bit of steam. We're gonna close it. We're gonna create a little bit of steam here, so our cauliflower and our carrot completely finish cooking really fast, and our cauliflower rice is going to be ready. So don't add a lot of water, just add about maybe 1/4 or less than 1/4 of a cup, just, you know, maybe 2 tablespoons or 3. I mean, 3 is almost 1/4 of, I think. 1/4, maybe. Honestly, just add a little bit of water just to create that steam. You can see here, the steam is being created, and the cauliflower, as it is, already has is high. It already has a lot of water in it, so you just want to get that started. So we just add a little bit of water. While our cauliflower rice is finishing cooking, we're gonna go ahead and cut a lime. I think this is lime, right? Because it's yellow. Honestly, a lime and a lemon, I always call them the same thing, which is bad, but I do. Yeah, so you want a lime, something that is not as sour as the lemon. The lemons, I refer to them as the green ones, you know. But just add some type of citrus if you like. I sometimes add orange, I sometimes add lemon, sometimes add lime if you want it more sour. It all depends on your taste buds. Today I'm going to be using lime, I think. So our cauliflower actually should be ready now. Yep, it's ready. We're gonna lower this down. So here we are. Our rice is done. It's absolutely done. So we're gonna go ahead now and plate our plate now that our rice is done here. It smells really good. And your rice will get a little bit of a hue of purple and orange and yellow, but for me that is absolutely fine. If you don't like your rice and you want it completely white, you know, just don't add the carrot. I would recommend you not adding the purple or the yellow. The orange will tend to turn your rice a little bit more into not stain it a lot, but it does turn it a slightly yellow flavor color, so just be aware of that, you know, if you want white rice. This one, as you can see here, it is not white rice, but it is something that smells really good and it's really delicious. So what we're gonna go ahead now, we're gonna get some lime here and just gonna squeeze a little bit on it. I love this part that we're gonna do next, which is tasting our food. Make sure you give it a little bit of a stir here, just so like the lemon gets nicely combined here with all your other flavors. And we're gonna go ahead and taste our cauliflower rice. It's quite hot, so I'm gonna blow a little bit on it. I don't wanna get my tongue burned. It's really good. Oh yeah. This is so good. It's absolutely delicious. I really like the lemon on it, but you don't have to add it. I add lime flavor, tanginess flavor to almost everything, so that's why the reason that I add it, but you don't have to. If you want it in the sweeter side, I would recommend you to add a little bit of orange. It tastes really good. And it tastes more like in the sweeter side. Right now, what I'm eating, the sweeter side comes from the carrots. The carrots are very, very nicely cooked, and they have a nice sweet flavor that goes very well with the little sprinkles of lemon that I added. Now, this I would just eat it by itself like that, but you can always add it, make this a side dish. I can definitely get full eating just cauliflower and carrots, but you can definitely add a protein with this and it will taste really good still. So good. So in the flavoring, I usually don't add a lot of seasonings to it. I mainly focus on the onion and the garlic and the tomato. I think that brings out a lot more of the flavor and the little bit of salt, but always remember to taste while you're seasoning. If you have never tried a recipe before, I really highly recommend you to always be tasting as you're building your dish, because that's gonna make a big difference on if you like it or not. So make sure that you're always tasting it, and at the end, make sure you try it. It's really good. So this is our cauliflower rice that we have today. It's really delicious. Give me a second. It's really delicious. So we're gonna have cauliflower this weekend. Make sure you stop by our table and you get your cauliflowers, your carrots, and all the other seasonings that might go with it. You can add fresh cilantro, fresh parsley, or fresh dill. They all go very well. Today I completely forgot to cut them at the farm and bring them home. So make sure you stop by our table, buy your fresh veggies, and try one of the recipes that we've shared with you. Make sure to leave a comment, follow us, click that little bell so you can get notifications, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on Saturday. So enjoy your cauliflower rice if you make some. So good.